We've got a complaint of you out here holding up profanities.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you again. Okay. You have your ID on you?
I don't have my
Put your hands right here. You going to get up?
I can't.
Since he's failing the ID, take him to jail for disorderly conduct.
What? I am being assaulted. I have not committed a crime.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. We've covered Otto the Watchdog and his recent lawsuit, where he was awarded $100,000 after being unlawfully arrested for showing a tyrant the shape of his longest finger.
I don't consent to any searches or seizures.
I'm searching you incident to arrest because you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest. You're going to take me to jail today?
Yes, sir.
You're going to take me to jail for a finger?
That full story is linked below, but today we're looking into one of his earlier cases from December of 2018. Otto the Watchdog stood on public property, displaying various signs, and over about 30 minutes, people driving by would honk and wave. Meanwhile, officers of the Royce City Police Department were on a call nearby, and Officer Johnny Clark was dispatched to Otto's location.
And the sheriff's office dispatch.
Hi, there's some people out here at Interstate 30 and South Elm that have some very offensive signs.
As the other officers cleared up their first call, they leave to respond to Otto's location as well.
Where's Johnny with the other one?
Should be right over here. Thank you.
Yes.
Some guy holding up a sign that says shit is f***ed up and stuff or something.
Still in office.
At the time the officers arrived on scene, Otto's sign read, "Give me liberty or give me death," but a 911 caller had mentioned a more colorful sign that read, "Shit is fucked up and stuff," and upon their arrival, the officers circled Otto. But before we continue, the longest sponsor of the channel is Exter. They've reimagined the traditional wallet by adding a feature to fan out your cards with the click of a button. Then they added an expandable metal backplate that allows you to carry more while keeping a slim profile. Exter just released a limited edition Parliament made from premium Italian Saffiano leather. They also added 3 new versions that are made with space-grade aluminum. The Eclipse absorbs light during the day and radiates a soft, mesmerizing glow when night falls, while the Midnight and Astral versions were inspired by the colors of the Milky Way. And each style of wallet has a variety of colors to choose from, including this ultralight 3K carbon fiber, a carbon forged model, and of course, the 18-karat gold card holder. You can also add a solar-powered tracker card to any version to make it nearly impossible to lose. If you can't find your wallet, use the app to locate it. Can't find your phone? Use the tracker card to make it ring. And right now, you can get up to 55% off your order during their Black Friday sale. So if you're looking for a way to support the channel, be sure to check out their website using my link and use the code Lackluster at checkout for up to 55% off your order. Another big thanks to Exter for helping keep this channel going. But for now, back to the video, where officers have surrounded Otto, seemingly to intimidate him over his signs.
How are you?
Well, I was doing just fine until just a minute ago. I've already heard you say a cuss word once. So.
What do your other signs say, sir? Sir, what do your other signs say?
What am I doing?
Okay, can I see your other signs?
No, leave my shit away.
Sir, we've got a complaint of you out here holding up profanities.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't let me look at your sign, I'll take you in custody for disorderly conduct.
I'm not being disorderly.
Otto declined consent of the warrantless search and seizure of his property several times, which seems to have enraged Sergeant Dial. And despite his oath, 11 years as an officer, and hopefully a very basic understanding of the First and Fourth Amendment, the senior officer on scene punches the signs out of Otto's hands,
I'm not going to tell you again.
causing Officer Clark to jump backwards in fear.
I'm not going to tell you again.
Officer Short would then turn Otto's mounted camera away from the incident to protect his boss from having his disgusting behavior documented, while simultaneously depriving Otto of his rights to content gathering, including evidence of this crime that Officer Short was witnessing his supervisor commit.
I'm not being disorderly.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you again. All right?
I don't consent to any searches or seizures.
Okay. This is offensive to people that are driving by and families that are driving by.
Yes.
Yes, it's disorderly conduct.
What's the penal code?
It's disorderly conduct.
Can you read that to me?
It's disorderly conduct.
Okay.
You have your ID on you?
No.
Okay. Now you're failing the ID.
I don't have my
Put your hands right here.
Otto then engaged in passive resistance by laying down.
Roll over.
Otto is essentially making the statement that if he were going to be unlawfully arrested for engaging in conduct that is supposedly protected by the Constitution, that he would not fight the officers, but he would also not comply and violate his own right to peacefully protest.
Since he's failing the ID, take him to jail for disorderly conduct.
When we're here answering a complaint and you refuse to identify yourself, that is a crime. When you're displaying these signs and people are calling because it's offensive to them, that is another crime. So yes, you have committed a crime. You've committed two.
You didn't warn me.
We don't have to warn you. Ignorance of the law.
I asked you politely to see your signs and you said no.
I consent to any searches or seizures of my property or my person. I'm not going to take it.
Next, the officer would dig his hole even further by threatening to leave Otto's camera on scene, so anyone that found it later could pick it up and walk away with it.
Is that your cell phone and tripod? If it's not, I'm gonna leave it sitting here. If it is, I'm gonna take it and put it up so somebody doesn't steal it. But if you wanna act this way, I'll leave it sitting here and let somebody steal it.
Why would you do that?
Okay. We don't know whose stuff that is either.
I have a question. What am I being arrested for?
The officer just explained.
Now's not the time to ask questions. Oh, it is the time to ask questions. You know what?
Nobody even asked me to identify it. All he did is ask me if I had ID, and I don't have ID.
Let me explain something to you, young man. We're not holding court on the side of the road with you. Okay?
Well, you're arresting me.
We're not holding court with you.
I just want to know why I have handcuffs
Any
on.
questions you have, you can ask the jail or you can ask the court.
You gonna get up?
I can't.
Okay. Roll back over and I'll help you up.
I'm not sure if I can do that either. I would like to see your supervisor right now before you assault me any further. I am being assaulted. I have not committed a crime. I have not committed a crime.
Get up.
I have not committed a crime. I can't get up. You're hurting me. You are hurting me.
Then get up.
I cannot get
Then
up
get
like
up.
this. I can't
Get
get
up.
up like this.
They lift you up.
I'm trying to get up. Matt, please.
Get up.
Well, assist me up instead of trying to.
We're trying to help you up.
I cannot.
Lift you
I'm
up.
not trying to be an ass.
Yes,
what
I've seen the game before. Roll up to your knees and they will assist you up.
Roll up to my knees. I'm a fat man.
Okay.
Help me to my knees.
We already have one.
Well, help me again.
Now they'll lift you straight
Up on your
up. Stand up.
Okay, help me up. I have committed no crime. I have committed no crime whatsoever. Please get my equipment.
That's not yours. Remember, I asked you earlier. Come on.
So you're gonna leave my shit on the side of the road. Get my equipment. Get my equipment. You dude, I'm asking for you to get my. Hey, I've committed no crime.
Unlock your car,
No
please.
crime.
They want to turn this phone off.
I ain't turning nothing off. I'm gonna leave it right like that. Put it in evidence. I asked him if it was his. He didn't want to talk.
I heard it on.
Yeah.
Okay. He knew where his car was.
Somewhere up there. If I had to bet.
Unlike most states in the US, under Texas Penal Code 3802, you're not obligated to provide your identification until you are under arrest. But the officer has now claimed that Otto is under arrest for failing to identify.
We don't have to warn you.
Ignorance of the law. You're still under arrest for failed ID.
I was under arrest, and then I ID'd, as the code says.
No, the code says when you're legally detained, you're required to ID yourself. You did not.
It specifically says arrested. I didn't do nothing.
What's your phone number?
I didn't do nothing.
Months after the incident, a large group gathered to protest at the same corner, carrying various signs with more extreme profanities than what Otto was holding. Officers responded to the scene, but nobody was arrested.
And the sheriff's office dispatch.
Hi, there's some people out here at Interstate 30 and South Elm that have some very offensive signs. There's signs that say, shit is f***ed up, that police.
You know, with a bunch of signs that said, some profanities and stuff.
We know, we're aware of it.
Citizens of the United States have a well-established constitutional right to protest law enforcement in public places, but Sergeant Dial was seemingly motivated by a malicious desire to punish Otto for his speech critical of government misconduct. So, Otto was arrested and initially charged with disorderly conduct, obscene language, and resisting arrest, though the officers never established probable cause of any of these crimes, and because of that, the resisting charge was changed to interfering, and the case was split into 2 counts in separate courts so that Otto would be forced to attend 2 times for each hearing. Eventually, both bogus charges would be dismissed, and Otto would move to file a pro se lawsuit against Sergeant Dial and Officer Short for their violations to his First Amendment rights and malicious prosecution. Other claims in the lawsuit were thrown out due to complications, filing the lawsuit without legal counsel, but despite his struggles with the court's procedures, Otto was finally awarded nearly $25,000, but it took almost 4 years. Of course, no word of disciplinary action for the officers is known, and the taxpayers would ultimately pay for the officers' crimes against Otto.
I was right there when they all showed up. They've already dispersed.
Why? How come nobody was arrested? That's what I want to know. I called and everybody kept telling me that somebody's there, but nobody was being talked to. Nobody was being arrested. I mean,
right.
I called you guys.
Yes, sir. I understand.
What good is it to call you guys and then you guys not go do anything?
Well, what could I have arrested him for, sir?
I was insulted. I was definitely offended by those words. They had the F word. They had other stuff.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I know that's not legal. You can't just go out there and write whatever you want on a sign and do that. That was extremely offensive, and they were right there on the corner, on the street.
The First Amendment protects people, and they can say stuff like that. As long as they're not inciting a riot or a breach of peace, then they're perfectly fine. And when I was there was no breach of peace, sir.
So you said that the reason why nobody was arrested was because it's their First Amendment right? Really? Isn't that for like the news and stuff?
It protects everybody, sir.
It protects everybody. Okay, well, I guess there's nothing that I can do then. If they're protected by the Constitution, then they're protected, right?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, thank you for that phone call, because you arrested my friend for standing there with the same sign that said is up and stuff, and they're trying to take away his children for the same reason, and 3 cops assaulted him and arrested him, and he's going to trials there now for it, okay, for the same reason. So now that they stood out there with that same sign, you just admitted that, you stupid just admitted that you were wrong for arresting that man in the first place. Stop trying to ruin people's lives. You guys are scumbags for what you're doing. It is absolutely wrong. You just admitted that he was arrested for absolutely nothing. He has had to travel from Colorado to Texas and back several times over this case, and he hasn't even been given discovery for this case in over a year because you guys know that you're corrupt. I'm sorry?
I have calls only. I have to let you go. Thank you.
Sure.